morning. We are getting ready to go on our first adventure. Say hi, baby.
Hi, baby.
It's not what I had in mind, but okay. So we are headed off to a little garden shop that is a cute one that caught our eye when we, actually before we first moved down here, wasn't it? Maybe? Or right after we moved down here to Alabama.
I think it was the weekend when we did the closing on the house.
I think it was. You're right. And so anyways, this is the cutest little garden shop, and it's like tucked away in a little area by the woods, and it just looks so fun and inviting, and we love exploring places like that, huh?
Yep.
So anyways, we are off on our first adventure of garden shops here in Alabama.
And it's only like a mile from our house.
Which could be really bad for the budget. Just saying.
Save on gas money that way.
This is true. So we can invest that gas money back into plants and trees and shrubs and all kinds of stuff for our yard. Because we do have an acre that we want to fill up completely with garden. Nothing but gardens. That's our goal.
Flower garden, vegetable garden. No grass.
No grass. Who wants to
Who
mow?
can eat grass? I don't like grass.
We don't want to eat grass. When I was a little girl, my daddy and my papa, we always did this thing after they had mowed, and daddy would ride around with me on the four-wheeler or whatever the thing was that I can't remember. I was a little, and papa was mowing still. Well, he was done mowing, and they would grab handfuls of grass, and we would ride by papa on the mower, and daddy would throw it on him and say, "Want to eat him some grass?" And I would just die laughing. I thought it was so funny having all that grass fall over my papa. So anyways, good memories, good memories. I love spending time outside in the yard, and I know you do too, huh? So anyways, we are on our first adventure of getting our yard ready and making it.
It's a mess right now.
It is a mess right now. But we bought this house. We fell in love with this house. We know that this is the house that the Lord had for us. And so we're just excited to start really making the outside ours and filling it full of flowers and plants and herbs and vegetables and all kinds of good stuff. So anyways, welcome to our adventure. These are cool. So I've fallen in love with this place. It's really cool. All right, so we went to our cool little place that we found. It is like beautiful here. It's getting up in the mid 50s. So we've got our windows down because that sun is really warm. Had a really neat experience at the new shop that we went to. And so ended up getting, 4 hydrangeas. We're not sure because it was a mystery plant. So we'll see what we get there. Okay, so we are out here now at our driveway. Our driveway is a gravel driveway that goes up around in front of our house and over to the garage. And with the driveway, we have got these amazing pine trees, and we'll talk about the pine trees here in just a little bit. But the pine trees drop all of their leaves in the driveway, and so it gets all mixed in with the gravel and everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our blower
and we ran electrical cords from the garage all the way over here. And so we're going to go ahead and take our rake and our blower and get these pine needles out of our driveway. A lot of people down here in Alabama, and I never knew this, but they use it for mulch in their flower beds. So our flower beds have got this in it. But what we're going to do is, because we eventually want everything here to be a flower bed per se, what we're going to do is we're just going to put it back into the grass, and so that it can become the mulch. This is Twiggy. So this is Twiggy.
Aim down.
And Twiggy is actually a maple tree. We named him. He's Twiggy. But we saw him, and he was just like real short whenever this summer when we were mowing, we saw him standing up, and my dad and I, we just kind of kept mowing around him because we want him to grow. But he's already getting little buds like all over the place, so he's going to be having leaves. This actually was one of the last trees to lose one of the last leaves here this winter. And so I thought that was kind of cute. But here in the midst of a little flower bed that has a bunch of irises that are growing and stuff. Hi, Lolly. There's my girl. We've got little Twiggy growing here in the midst of all of these flowers. And I just thought it was really cute. And so we're going to let him grow here for a little while. Once he gets good and established and gets a little bit bigger, then we're going to rehome him somewhere else here on the property. But I love maple trees, and it made me happy. And we had an incident here on Christmas Eve. And so the septic kind of got backed up, which is why you see this concrete headstone standing up here in the middle of our front yard. And so we have remodel work going on the inside of the house because of that incident. But we've got, we had the septic tank truck come in here, and when he did, he made these big ruts in the yard, and I was so scared that we were going to lose Twiggy on that day. But what's really cool, I love the resiliency of nature and the way that God created nature, in kind of like us, how we can go through some of the toughest times, and some people might not make it through those times, but we can make it through some of the toughest times, and we can come back stronger than before. And so what's really cool is that when the truck came in, I thought, man, he is just crushing some of these plants. And then after we just blew some of the leaves away, you can see the plants. They are coming back, which is really, really cool, right?
That's right.
So God gives us the strength to endure what we have to go through. He will walk with us through it. His word says that he will never leave us nor forsake us. And he's a friend that sticks closer to a brother. So if you're going through something really hard right now, I just pray that you will feel God's presence surrounding you, and you will just feel his arms wrap around you, and just know that he is there to take you through that today. Just cast all your care upon him, because he truly cares and loves you. He loves you so much. So, got pine cones.
Yeah, pine cones. We have plenty of pine cones for all of your craft needs, just saying.
We have got so many pine cones. We actually, in our adventure today to one of our new favorite places, they actually gave us the start of the southern yellow pine.
Yeah,
And
we'll talk about that.
we'll
when we
talk
get 'em.
about that here in a little bit, but we have got some of those southern yellow pines growing right here on our property, and I absolutely think it's amazing. And then there's a special one that I want to show you here in just a little bit. So, on to getting the rest of the driveway cleaned. It's looking so much better, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, definitely is. So we are putting in our hydrangeas now. The way that hydrangeas grow best is partly cloudy, or partly cloudy with a chance of meatballs today. Sorry, guys. But we know that hydrangeas like part sun. They love the morning sun. And so what we're doing is we are going to go ahead and plant them here. Right against the fence, and he's digging a hole. But we do have 4 of them that we're going to be putting in. But right now, there's tree roots that he's battling with. Fun stuff, huh? Pruners. Grab the pruners. So when we went to the, got him? So when we went to the garden center today, they had hydrangeas, but they weren't marked. Motorcycle. I grew up on Harleys, so I love motorcycles. Harleys and Hondas. But they had hydrangeas that weren't marked. They didn't know what they were, but they do know they were hydrangeas, and I thought this was too funny. Unknown hydrangea. So...
And they were clearance, so that's why we got them.
They were clearance, but it's going to be a really cool surprise to have those growing here, because hydrangeas is like one of my favorite flowers. I absolutely love hydrangeas. So we're going to go ahead and get to work, and Rob's going to dig the holes, and we're going to put them in the ground.
I was showing you how to do it so you could do it.
Oh, that's what it was, huh? Wake it up.
A little bit
Oh my goodness. Look at that. It's all root bound. So we need to kind of help get it a little bit on root bound and massage those a little bit, and then we'll get those in the ground. But look at that.
Did you bring the fertilizer?
Oh, I forgot it up there. We got to go get the fertilizer. Look at the nice little hydrangeas coming up. How wonderful is that?
So I'm not sure how much this will...
He's going to trim that back. That way the plant isn't trying to feed these that are already dead and that were from last year. How exciting.
So I don't know if we'll get any blooms this year, because hydrangeas bloom on 2nd year growth, right?
Right.
So I don't know. I'm anxious to see. We might get something. Just never know.
Never know.
We probably should put some fertilizer or something down in there.
Let me go grab it. All right, so we're about ready to head to somewhere with Mom and Dad. We're getting ready to go exploring. That's what we call it. We just go driving around and maybe find somewhere to have dinner and spend some time
Or
with
lunch.
them. Or lunch. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
we
lunch.
haven't had lunch yet. We just got busy, I'm telling you. Hi, puppy. Oh, you look so bad. Mom is going to give you a bath. So, but we're going to call it a day for today. Felt like we get some things accomplished. And
Yeah, but I was wanting to get all that onions planted
in the
and
ground.
what was
yeah.
that other stuff we had over there?
The
Lettuce.
lettuce and cilantro. We got romaine
So we
lettuce.
picked up lettuce and cilantro plants. I think she already told you that. But I want to get those in the ground because they were already out in the, they're already hardened off, I believe, out there.
Yeah.
So I don't
They were
want.
sitting outside.
We had to bring them inside because it's going to freeze tonight. Should we not even plant them until after?
Maybe not
You know what? We
after.
need to check.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe
check.
We might not.
We'll check
plant
the
those.
weather. I think we might need to hold off on that a
Yeah.
little bit because we don't want to kill them after we just plant them. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But, so we're getting ready to sign off from you guys for tonight. You guys have a blessed evening. Yep.
Yep. That. What she
That.
said.
Oh goodness, just enjoy what God's gave you, even if it's just a little, because when we lived in Michigan we had just like 4 foot on one side of a building because we were downtown.
Less than that.
Yeah,
It was
we just
actually-
kind of creeped over a little bit.
Yeah,
I
we
think
took,
is what we
took
did.
more than what was ours.
But he had beautiful flowers just growing all down the side of that 80-foot long building, and it was just beautiful. But we just kind of made use of what God gave us, what little God gave us, and now we've got a whole acre.
So now we've got an acre, and now so we
Yes.
thought it'd be great for you guys to be able to follow along in our journey and just see what you can see that there's already a good start with all the daffodils and some things, and we're kind of anxious to see what else pops up.
Yep.
But we have different visions for the place than what's here. So
Yes.
because we don't want to see grass, we want to see just flower beds everywhere.
Yes.
Flower beds mixed in with our vegetables that we're going to eat. So I don't know how that's going to all work out. We're going to kind of play it by ear. We're going to do as much naturally as we can, and with mulching and kind of the back to the Eden kind of style.
Yeah.
If we can ever get a hold of some wood chips, if anybody knows where to get
Wood chips would be appreciated
in-
for sure.
in our area of Alabama,
Yes.
would be great. South side.
Yes.
So
Oh, Mom and Dad's pulling
they're
in.
pulling in.
So, but we are definitely wanting to do a lot of it naturally, a lot of herbs and spices, but also using the herbs for medicinal purposes. Hi! Lolly's excited. This is her buddies coming. She loves Mama and Popeye. So we're going to want to do that as well. We're really excited. We've got some stevia started inside. So
Yeah.
that's a new
And I
adventure
think
too.
I planted about 3 or 4 seeds in 10 pots,
Yep.
and every pot so far, except for one pot, has got stuff growing in it. So that's
Yay.
pretty good.
That's pretty good
yeah.
percentage. So, but we're signing off. We're getting ready to go exploring. Y'all be blessed. We'll see you later.
Yep. Bye.